All right, it's not great lighting, but it is a vlog, the videographer just said. And I agree that with the idea...
I want to be in this one.
The idea, Frank James...
I want some attention too. I want some attention.
He was busy watching his own videos.
I was watching.
To make a new one, too busy. But now he made time, so thank you for breaching your schedule of watching yourself to make another one where you can watch yourself. But anyways, what I'm imagining this is all going to be about is this is behind the scenes. We have a dream here that for me, I want to get paid to do things I would pay to do. And one thing I would definitely pay to do is be surrounded by 149 epic people based on this idea, Robin Dunbar's number, and it's the maximum when the tribe maxes out. And we wanted to give you the 2-week countdown behind the scenes video blog action, like the clean, the dirty, the like, oh my goodness, are they going to pull this off? I mean, yesterday I was, like, let's just say, right when I got to Kauai, I pooped in my pants right before I called. And that's serious. Like, I had some stomach issues I'm ready to let go of now. I fasted yesterday, but now I'm going back to the health products of Affogato, which is organic ice cream and organic coffee. Frank J's off the coffee. Anyways, you got something to say about this whole thing that we're pulling off?
Yeah.
With the help of over 149 others, actually.
149 others. Yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a journey, and we have no time to really think. We got to keep going because we believe in this. We're excited about it, and we're going to do what we can to make this an incredible event. And so, yeah, this is behind the scenes. We're just preparing. This is the calm before the storm. I'm about to shower, get ready, get dressed.
It's about the
get in state.
2-week countdown, actually.
2-week countdown?
Well, anyway, stay tuned. This is going to be a grand adventure. It's already been a grand adventure. We got, in about 2 weeks, we have about over 50 or 60 people.
It's over 50 now.
Over 50 people
Over 50.
to commit to being part of our tribe in Kauai, the most remote tropical paradise potentially on Earth.
Let's see what happens.
At least geographically populated. And yeah, we're going to really make this a big deal. Because you are a big deal, whoever's watching this. We're a big deal.
Cheers.
Cheers to being a big deal. If you got life flowing through your veins right now, you're a big deal.
Yeah. You're alive. Remember that video you did? Welcome.
Did you get that?
Yeah, it's on.
Things are getting kind of crazy in Kauai. But I was going to just say that part of this process for me, and maybe Frank J and Tyson picked it up, and I figured it was a vulnerable share. Diana and I, on top of everything else going on top of the diarrhea, and Diana and I arguing, and this whole festival, I noticed, I think a part of me just like wanted to curl up and cry and be like a little boy. And I think this is, not only is Diana and this process, you know, I've heard this idea that when you are in a relationship or in a business, it's just an opportunity to grow faster. So I'm really feeling that growth on steroids, and I'm ready to, I'm not on steroids, it feels like the growth is on steroids. I'm really feeling like we're going to step up through this process quite a bit. I mean, I think it's, it probably takes a lot of that for my fellow leaders out there, or my fellow leaders in a family, or fellow leaders in a business, or fellow leaders of your own life. And sometimes it's good not to, for me, I'm learning, although I might have a part of me that's feeling a little distracted or doubtful or delaying, that I can honor that part of myself, love that part of myself, and choose. You always have that choice. Do you want to act from the decisive part or the doubtful part? Do you want to act from the delaying part, or do you want to act from the deadline part? Do you want to act from the distraction part, or do you want to act from the dedication, the dedicated part, dedicated to greatness, dedicated to growth? And as most ventures I've been on, this one just seems to be extra. It's a growth opportunity. Being in a relationship, being in a business, or living the life of your dreams is a huge growth opportunity. Some say it's the one of the basic spiritual needs, or basic human needs, right up there with contribution and growth. There are two of the spiritual human needs, where the rest, significance, love, insecurity, and security, are just human needs, but growth and contribution are actually spiritual desires. And maybe that's what life is about, for us to evolve through this human experience. So yeah, I was going to share that to Frank and Tyson, but like, well, might as well make it a vlog too. So I'm going to go see if I can call Diana and make up with her, and then move on this day, because I really don't have too much time to draw out the process of like my shadow side. I really just have to see it, honor it, love it, and shine light to it. rather than letting it own me. That, you know, I'll make that my slave, and I'll make my heart my master. My heart my master, my mind my slave, instead of the other way around. And my free smoothie. But I think being in Hawaii actually gives that opportunity to a lot of people, especially certain islands. Allegedly, people are faced with a lot of their dragons, if you will. Anything for you, Frank J, before we move on to the next part of the day?
And you know what? I just really honor Daniel for sharing that. And to be honest, along my journey on this project and many other projects in the past, I had so many obstacles, whether with my family, with myself, my shadows acting up, and it's just like you got to just keep going. And I heard this definition of success is when you have an outcome and you're making active progress toward that outcome, and that's a success. Doesn't actually mean you achieving anything. It just means that you're on the path and you keep going forward. And I really honor Daniel to go experience his growth experiences and continue to move forward. And throughout this process, no matter what obstacles we face, we're going to move forward because we believe in it that much. And so that's all I got to share, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, I would actually add to that to say that if you think that you have nothing to grow about, that might be an indication that it's time to wake up. You may have fallen asleep in this dream of life if you think there's no more growth opportunities. If you don't see the adventure of that, and I totally agree with Frank J that going from A to Z, it's amazing and epic if you hit letter Z, but letter B, letter C, letter D, letter E, they were all success in their self. That was all the part of the journey. The journey is the destination. The moment that you get caught up thinking that when I get there, then I'll be happy, or when I get there, it'll be a success, is the moment that you may have started deceiving yourself. That it's about the whole process. If you're not loving the process of getting to where you want to go, then you might want to redirect your route. So yes, this is freaking been really challenging in some ways. Like, I was even thinking how much money we make on this, or how much success we get from this. It might be some of the hardest earned that I've ever had, and we still have got 2 weeks left. And I'm wanting to change that story. I'm wanting to change that story by shedding light on maybe the doubtful part of myself and being like, hey, I see you, and I honor you, and you're there to protect me. You're there to make this journey that much more successful. But we can't not necessarily act from that. I just have to love you and take care of you and cherish you and respect you, but we're going to act from decisions and deadlines and greatness and what's possible, rather than like how great it can be rather than how bad it can be. Right. We're going to act from the place of how great this can be. And if I see that part of me acting up, that how bad this is or how challenging this is, and I start acting from that place, that's what I'll get more of. I have to act from faith, walk by faith.
The last little obstacle that we got to overcome is cleaning up the
Frank J's old shirt.
On my old shirt.
And I can clean that. It's not a problem.
That's not a problem.
A little mess in my shirt is about the last of my worries right now. Alright, so until the next part of the day, I think I'm going to go surf and get some dilution as a solution to pollution and wash it away and come back renewed, clean spirit. And we're gonna see you here for the people that are drawn to this. And I'm really excited to see you here and share not only the hard times and love those times, but really step into new levels of greatness.
Right on.
Peace and love.
Right on. Right on. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. They took us from our homes, and in the dark of the night, the prophecy unfolds, men to the left and children right. Over the mountains and the seas, you're not killing me, you're not killing me, or anyone I know. This place is not your home, our souls are free to roam. See them come to take us, but we have come to seek our names. And they have come to enslave us, so we will stand and we will sing Yahweh, 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 Yahweh.
just let me know when I'm on. Check out this symbiotic relationship we have between the egrets and the mowers. Anyways, we're at the Kauai Pharmacy. This is part of their land here. They're getting the land ready for New Year's Evolution Fest. We're gonna have potentially, we're talking about it right now, partnering up with them to offer some camping spots for the people outside the property because we're pretty much next door to Makanawane here.
Yeah, pretty much, and then also they are doing some incredible work here with some organic herbs and medicinal plants, and it would be very unique. We're thinking about what we're going to collaborate on, but maybe exposing the whole tribe to this medicine work that they're doing over here. And yeah,
I definitely can already see from this, we're gonna have some tribal tea times.
tribal
tea time with crystal bowls going around. But I don't want to give away too much.
Don't give away too much, it's a mystery.
And these are teas from herbs that were harvested less than a mile away probably from the property.
And they're potent herbs.
Like next door, really.
I want to see if I can get some right now. And like,
yeah, I think you're gonna hook us up with some samples. Cool. So we got some valerian in the evening.
I want the love potion.
Some Wakey tea in the morning. Some love potion for the single men out there.
The single men.
All right, cool. On to the next one.
Yahweh, 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 Yahweh. Oh,
Until next time, aloha. Mahalo.
wherever I
What's your full
go,
name?
I will be strong in the dark of the night, shining everlasting light.
Yeah.
My people are one family, the family is strong.
This is how it's done. And how is it done? I don't know what to tell you other than just to do it. That's how it's done.
The success
And that goes for
strategy
everything.
is to do it.
That's pretty much just for any endeavor in life. How do you do it? How do you do it? And then you do it again. Oh, how do you do the new thing? Well, you do that too. Just keep doing it.
We press on, and we are on our way. We won't wait, won't wait, won't wait. We won't wait, won't wait, won't wait. We won't wait, won't wait, won't wait. Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh.
What's up, guys? All right, so I just had a very humbling experience. As you see, Daniel and I were intending to go surfing, and I don't surf. I'm just inspired to try, and I didn't feel confident to go out there with the surfboard, so I decided to stay by shore and swim. And there was someone in the water, and we started chatting, and we were dodging these waves. As you can see, it's rough out there. And all of a sudden, before I even realized, I'm all the way out, and I couldn't feel the bottom anymore. And I was trying to paddle back, and it was pulling me back. And I was dodging dodging the waves. I started swallowing water. I couldn't breathe. My body was getting fatigued. I started to panic. I remember Daniel saying to just flow with the water, but I couldn't even breathe. I got to the point where I was yelling for help. Nobody heard me. I was all the way out there, and literally I felt like this might be it. Like this might be the end of my life. And I just remember just saying, God, help me. Just God, be with me now. And then I did a protection mantra, Induseos, as far as to protect me. And yeah, and I felt like that was it. And I just kept going down, going up, and I felt this little tiny patch of dirt, and I touched the ground, and I tried to hold there as I'm dodging these waves, and then all of a sudden a wave pushed me a couple feet forward, and then a sandbar is right there, and I was able to crawl myself out. I got to the sand, and I just fell on my knees and just was gasping for air and just saying thank you. Like, that could have been the end of my life. You know, I think a lot of this symbolized a lot. One, we're bringing 150 people to this island. We're going to be exploring on adventures, and just to be aware, never underestimate Mother Nature. Never allow yourself to drift while you're in this powerful water, because, you know, I know Daniel is probably happy this happened, that I'm safe, but
I think this is a blessing. I think this will save lives on the festival, because people that are coming to an ocean like this and not realizing the power of it, you're going to have to learn the lesson one way or the other. You can learn it mentally, or you can learn it by something like this happening.
Yeah.
And for Frank J being one of the leaders and the facilitators of this, now I think he's gotten to experience that the moment you think, that, especially with the ocean, and this kind of goes for this crazy ball that's firing through space that we're on anyways, but especially the ocean, the moment that you think it's all like it's easy, it's fun, and you're in control is when the moment you lose control. And on these places with these huge rips in the North Shore in the wintertime, there are lots of riptides that can really, with that not knowing and with the lack of experience, something can happen really quickly. And I'm obviously really blessed that Frank J is fine, but I think he'll have that much more personal experience and wisdom, and this gives you a warning. Like if we don't warn you 100 times at the festival, we're warning you now. And this goes for any ocean really, and any time in nature when you think everything's fine and you start, it happened last hike.
I've learned this lesson twice in the last 4 days. And once you think you're fine and you start to think something else,
you basically lose presence. When you start losing presence in nature in a suspect situation, that's when he slipped. That's when something can happen. And it's a really, when you immerse yourself in the raw power of this miraculously created beauty, it's an opportunity for you to be present. And it's very important that you stay present.
Yeah, what a great lesson, and I'm grateful for my life. That could have been it, you know, but I'm here and I've experienced it, and I think that lesson's gonna take me a long way in life in other aspects as well.
So this was today's episode of the Unnecessary Adventures of Frank. Are we on?
Yeah, it's interesting lighting.
Yeah. Does it look extra culty?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I imagine it's like he has some kind of Freemasonry. Like, what is this? What is this Illuminati stuff going on over here? We just wanted to give you like a behind-the-scenes look to a project that's being presented to the public, and it's probably it is basically looking that like it has a lot of potential, and it looks like it's beyond our mental capacity, and it seems divinely orchestrated. And you're going to get to see, instead of just seeing the end result of something like that, of people following their intuition. And that means even if it, I mean, not at all guaranteeing anything because we're following our intuition. That might lead, following your intuition might lead to some pretty crazy things. But a lot of times, I think some of the greatest projects ever created on Earth were just, people are like, whoa, that must have been, they don't get to see the whole backstory.
Right.
And this vlog is to show you a 2-week backstory to the final production to maybe a whole new world for the whole world.
That's what I'm feeling right now. I feel like right now we started the masterminding and bringing basically, I mean, an individual is powerful, but when you bring 2 or more powerful minds together, there's like this synergistic energy that you start to create ideas and feed off each other. It's like a piece of art. It's like a dance. And I'm feeling right now, it's like the beginning of a creation process where I have a feeling that there's something much larger that my mind can't comprehend yet. And that's what the dialogue going back and forth to create a specific idea. But we're both feeling like this is much larger than ourselves. This is much larger than this current project.
Or ourselves are much larger than we may have thought.
Oh, I like that.
And that goes for you too.
So, but it's much larger than this current project, and this may be a movement that can impact many, many lives.
And you almost died today. Like the day 1 of the video blog.
I almost died.
That's pretty significant.
And I
don't mean to make light of something bad happening to Frank J. Maybe I do mean to make light of death, because maybe death is the gateway to the awakening, and maybe if that's not until you decide to, basically your soul decides to leave this human body. And I'm not at all saying that we weren't doing that earlier. I think if we let divine timing, it'll happen in perfect timing. But in the meantime, at least living life in the context of that might be a good idea, because it seems for me to actually make everything that much more clearer, much more attractive, much more exciting. So I wanted to give, I think what this vlog really means to me, and I'm like giving a word ceremony, is showing people that what it took beforehand, what was going on beforehand. That this just wasn't some kind of like, ding, no, this was like freaking crazy.
It's been crazy, and it's been such a short
died
period of
today.
time. Like,
It's crazy. He's talking about processing about dying. I'm talking about crying like a little boy looking for my mommy and, and
man.
diarrhea in my brains out yesterday. I mean, right before our group call. I mean, these are things that are like happening. This is like the real life of an entrepreneur.
Yeah, and this just shows that we're just two human beings that are hungry to live an inspiring life. And an inspiring life also comes with obstacles. It's just we choose to look at it in a different way.
Choose to look at it as opportunities.
We choose to look at it as lessons and opportunities rather than like a victim.
Do you see a stumbling block? Or do you see like a stepping stone, a
Yeah,
fun thing to climb?
Like,
curious.
These,
Ask yourself
honestly, I think I'm making a huge breakthrough in my life. That was a traumatic moment for me today. That almost dying. Now it's like, and then with Michael talking about like maybe he's afraid of being his best and really stepping in his potential because he may be lonely at the top, and that had that story. I'm like, man, like if I would have died, I would have died knowing that I still had more in me. I'm knowing that I still didn't tap into my fullest potential. I mean, I'm going for it, and I'm really proud of who I am and what I'm doing, but I mean, I think I'm going through a huge transition right now. That was a big breakthrough moment for me.
Wow.
I think a lot of us, I'm speaking for myself, as much as I spend time in nature, I feel kind of disconnected in a way to nature. And I think coming back to nature, we start to learn about ourselves and our inner nature. And you were talking about the idea about surfing the waves, and if you can share that, I think that would be extremely valuable.
Yeah, I had the insight that maybe part of Frank J's lesson for me was that on a metaphorical level, the ocean represents the body of our ocean, like our ocean of emotions. I think, I personally, a belief that I consider every once in a while is that like my body is reflective to the earth, and that the humans are just the cells of the human body, and the earth, like the continents and the land are like representative of my organs, and the physical body, and the water is representative of my emotions, and the air is representative of my mind and thoughts, and the fire is representative of my spirit. So considering life like that, I thought maybe Frank J's lesson for me was that some of the stuff that we do at these retreats with honesty and honesty actually. Honesty. Let's keep it honest.
Let's not fluff it.
Yeah, honesty is if someone has not been properly trained and you just tell them to go out in the biggest day or the wrong kind of conditions, they haven't trained for like the 10 years that everyone else has, or they haven't like made it their life's mission to master navigating through the ocean of their emotions, that they could feel like a feeling of drowning. So I was realizing it's probably important for our tribe here to get prepared for this, for anyone that hasn't done this type of work, to maybe like read the books, such as almost any self-development book. They all kind of say the same thing about responsibility, but like Radical Honesty would be a cool place to start. Or even almost every popular self-help book I've heard is all about like you create your own reality because your perception is your reality. So you have the choice on how to see the world. And must be a tough pill for some people to swallow.
Yes. Yes.
If you haven't swallowed that pill, it's a good thing you do that before you come to the New Year's Evolution Fest. And isn't I have there's a
That was extra culty.
Yeah, the extra culty, and a part of me doubts it. It's like, yeah, Frank J almost died. You really got to get tough for this experience. Like, these are some of the worst sales tactics that some people, I imagine, can be
That's how
judged.
you were on our retreat too. Like you were like, okay, guys, we're gonna go on this adventure today. It's really like you got to be extra this, be aware of this. People may die. This, and you was like, you did not make anybody excited about it, but in a way, you had to say that because you're protecting them.